I wouldn't really call what's happened now an investigation. It's essentially a highly chaperoned, highly curated study tour.
Study tour?
Study tour. Everybody around the world is imagining this is some kind of full investigation. It's not. This group of experts only saw what the Chinese government wanted them to see.
That's Jamie Metzl, a former NSC official in Hillary Clinton's team and a member of the WHO Advisory Committee on Genetic Engineering, in a 60 Minutes interview with Lesley Stahl, blowing the lid off what is meant to be the World Health Organization's investigations into the origins of COVID-19. He says that those group of WHO scientists that went to China in January to begin the much-needed inquiry into the origins of the virus were not operating a proper investigation. Instead, it's a highly chaperoned, highly curated study tour. He also believes that the experts were only shown what China wanted them to see. Even though China has been accused of covering up evidence that the origins of COVID-19 came from a lab, one of the WHO members, Peter Daszak, told Lesley Stahl that the theory has been ruled out because there isn't any evidence of the virus being there.
We met with them, we said, do you audit the lab? And they said, annually. Did you audit it after the outbreak? Yes. Was anything found? No. Do you test your staff? Yes.
But you're just taking their word for it.
Well, what else can we do? There's a limit to what you can do, and we went right up to that limit. We asked them tough questions. They weren't vetted in advance.
Jamie Metzl then told Lesley that the investigators did not carry out their own findings and that China pretty much did the investigation and then gave the results to the committee.
On top of that, the WHO agreed that in most instances, China would do the primary investigation and then just share its findings with these international experts. So these international experts weren't allowed to do their own primary investigation.
Wait, you're saying that China did the investigation and showed the results to the committee and that was it?
Pretty much that was it. Not entirely, but pretty much that was it. Imagine if we had asked the Soviet Union to do a co-investigation of Chernobyl. It doesn't really make sense.
The World Health Organization is set to release a report on findings of the origin of COVID-19 in the next day or so. And perhaps the main theory now is that the virus came from an animal. But does that mean that the theory it came from a laboratory is just completely ruled out? Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton told Fox News that the report is a joke and that China basically told the investigators there's nothing to see here, and they believed them.
The report is a joke. I mean, these so-called investigators did not have access to scientists. They did not have access to evidence. They basically went to Wuhan and were put in a conference room and given some coffee and donuts and a few PowerPoint slides. Chinese communists told them nothing to see here, so they walked away and said, nope, there's nothing to see here.